tensurax sakai psycho no ansatsusha, isekai kizoku ni tensai suru by Hutao. Chapter 4 Rimuru Pav. Next, the physical test began. Proctors tested us on various measurements, including physical strength, leaping ability, stamina, reaction time, and more. At first glance, this portion appeared to be a simple competition of physical strength, but it was more than that in actuality. To a mage, the technique of increasing your body's physical capabilities was essential. Instead of using mana to enhance every part of your body, it was better to focus on portions that were connected to movement. Not many people were capable of focusing their mana only on specific body parts, though. As far as I could tell, the only participants who could were me, Ciel, Tart, Lu, Neowise, and another noble. I could tell just by watching Dia she's still learning, but the hero, however, as if in mockery of that advanced skill, displayed overwhelming ability and placed first in every category despite his clumsy talent with mana. I feel like I can just beat with 30 care of my power. It felt wrong to compare him to someone who has already became a god. Those who'd lost interest in the hero after his pitiful score on the written test immediately returned to praise him. What caught my eye was how suffocated the hero seemed by all the attention. It looked like he didn't handle personal interaction very well. That hardly created any problems for me, though. For people who had an expert grasp of human nature, that kind of personality was easier to deal with. Lu Pav. Before long, the final part of our exam began. This last bit tested our combat skills. Knights in active service from the Royal Albanian Order served as the students' opponents. Their weapons were blunted, and there were doctors at the ready. The majority of students weren't expected to have any chance of defeating a knight. More than victory, proctors were observing what sorts of actions students took during the sparring matches. The arena at the Royal Academy was huge, with 6 rings set up within it. Tart had to leave for the waiting room because her match was one of the first. This left Dia, me, Rimuru and Ciel to watch from the stands. A few matches had already ended. It looks like there are a lot of impressive people here, Dia observed. Yeah, I'm glad at this chance to see the strength of our classmates so soon, I answered. House Tuatha Dé wasn't the only family that valued combat education. Other clans were known for producing knights. They staked their statuses on military prowess and trained their offspring in the ways of war from an early age. There were even some students who matched the active knights in skill. Lu, do you think Tart will be okay? Dia asked. She'll be fine. You know how strong she is. Actually, now that I think about it, you guys haven't seen Tart in a real fight yet, have you? I guess not. So she's that strong, huh? I need to watch closely. Yeah, we're curious ourselves, replied Rimuru. Tart used a spear and surpassed the strength of most active knights. I had trained her as a Tuatha Dé and instilled in her knowledge and techniques from my previous life. Tart entered the ring. She was already holding the spear that she usually concealed beneath her skirt. She faced her sparring partner, but before the match began, the knight suddenly bowed. The action caused a stir to run through those in the stands. It was clearly not a customary courtesy bow. The knight appeared to be genuinely thankful for something. Tart looked bewildered and unsure of what to do. The knight then said something to her, and Tart's face flushed deep red, after which she frantically made some kind of request. The arena grew noisy as people wondered what was going on. Tart and the knight immediately began the match as if nothing had happened, and Tart ended up winning. She attracted everyone's attention. The shock that a female servant defeated a knight was palpable. Many people were suggesting that Tart had seduced the knight into throwing the match. They couldn't believe that someone who was both a girl and a servant could have won in a fair fight. 2 students sitting next to us were among those spreading rumors. I had to get out of here for a bit. What these people are saying is too terrible, Dia said. Hey, don't worry about them. Anyone who can actually fight can easily tell Tart's true skill from the way she handles her spear. The people who don't get it don't deserve your attention, I responded. Yeah, Lu is right. Just by looking, Tart is a skilled spear user. That's true, but relax. They'll get what's coming to them. More importantly, your turn in Ciel is coming up. If Dia let her emotions get the best of her now, it could affect her performance. Unlike her, I could use those feelings to enhance my capabilities. I'd said what I did to calm her down, but I was just as angry at all the people insulting Tart. I promised to make them regret making such accusations. I have to go. Cheers on, and take care of Tart, okay? Yeah, give it your all, you too. Ciel, Rimuru, Dia and Ciel left, and Tart returned shortly afterward. Me and Rimuru asked her what she and the knight had been talking about before the match. He recognized me from when I was getting combat experience on the battlefield. He said I saved his life once, and he thanked me. So you met back then, huh? Replied Rimuru. Yes. I would never have expected to see someone I fought with back then, so I was surprised. It looked like you made some request. What was that about? Asked Rimuru. Well, he said he was going to tell the professors about my service on the battlefield and the embarrassing nickname I was given during that time. He meant well, but I asked him not to do it. You do realize that now you have to tell me what your nickname was, I said. You can't share this with anyone, my lord, it was the Electric War. Maiden, I really don't want to be called that in front of anybody. Huh? The nickname suited you well with your fighting style, said Rimuru. Oh yeah, when is yours and Rimuru-san's fight, my lord? I've been looking forward to it so much. We're one of the last, so it's gonna be a little while. For now, it looks like Dia and Ciel's match is beginning, so let's cheer her on. You should have told me that sooner, said Tart before the match began. Ciel's match already ended. Me and Tart were shocked to the outcome cause we didn't see what happened. Ciel's enemy just passed out before it began. Now that my girl, said Rimuru with a smile on his face. Wait, Rimuru, you saw what happened? I said, still shocked. What are you talking about? Ciel just knocked the enemy with one strike. Wait, what? Yeah, she just karate chopped the enemy's neck. But she was just standing there. Oh my, you can't see it with your vision. Her speed is so insane that she left an illusion. Oh look, the illusion just disappeared, replied Rimuru. We looked back at the arena and Ciel's was standing near her opponent. The other students were so shocked that the whole arena just went into silence. Shortly after, she came to us and asked Rimuru to praise her. Rimuru praised me for my outstanding performance. Yeah, you did great, Ciel, you even made the whole arena go silent, Rimuru replied with a smile. Thank you, Ciel said with a blush on her face. Anyhow, we looked at Dia's match to see how she's doing. Dia's match commenced. She was wielding a sword. It was clear from the beginning that she was at a disadvantage. She put up a good fight, but the match ended in defeat after 5 minutes. Dia's main fighting style was with magic. I'd started instructing her on the basics of close quarters combat, but she was still a learner. She also got really unlucky with her opponent. He was very talented, even for a knight. He wasn't the sort of opponent Dia could best. She was so close, said Tart. She did well enough to get a good score. What's important is she demonstrated her capabilities. At her current strength, we can't ask for more than that, I replied. The crowd clapped for Dia. She had given it her best effort, after all. Dia left the ring, and opponent took her place. His opponent was the commander of the Royal Order. The man was top among the knights, not just in rank but also in strength. He was wearing a full suit of armor. It wasn't any ordinary plate, either. It was made of a scarce metal called mithril, which was significantly stronger than iron armor. To some, it might have seemed excessive, but I thought it was a wise decision. Even with the commander's elite equipment, the risk of being killed in a match with the hero was high. No sooner had the bout begun than the hero disappeared. Immediately, he reappeared in front of the commander with his little fist raised. The commander instantly vanished from sight. A moment later, there was an intense boom. As I scanned the area, a second thundering sound echoed through the arena. I finally found the commander collapsed in the stands. Peering at opponent, I saw broken fragments of mithril scattered around him. He smashed that armor with his fist. The hero was terrifying. I thought I understood that already, but this was ridiculous. Not even my Tuatha De eyes could register his movement. If it had been me standing there in place of the commander, I would have suffered the same fate. Wow, he just one hit the enemy. Looks like you're not the only one to do it, Ciel. Rimuru said, grinning. Welp, looks like our match is about to start. Lu said. Rimuru, yeah, I think we should head down to the ring now. I said. Tart, Ciel, we're heading down. Okay, we'll be cheering as loud as we can. And with that, me and Rimuru headed down to the ring. To be continued.